Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Dr. Michael Murray is with me in the first hour, Bruce Topping in the second hour, and you're here all the time. So am I. Great to be with you. I hope you're doing well. Have a good start to the day, and your week is going well. And as always, great guests, and there's always something to talk about. There's always something cooking around here. There's always something on the stove. I can tell you that. We're never without something on the menu for you. And we ask, you can participate, of course. I encourage it. Please call the show, 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number wherever and however you may be listening or watching, and whatever you may be doing. You can watch Let's Talk Nutrition at letstalknutrition.com. And you'll see it right there. Everything is, by the way, on demand as well. If you can't catch the show live, the audio is under a link called Show Schedule, and the video is right there on the home page. Before Michael Murray comes on, there were two stories that were trending, and they're both about the same topic. And it's something called metabolic syndrome, the metabolic syndrome. Now, many of you probably know what that is. Maybe a few of you are even suffering from this particular syndrome. And there were two related stories. One was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, very prestigious journal. And one study comes out of the Endocrine Society. It was published in the Society's Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism. Before I tell you about either of those stories, metabolic syndrome, as with any syndrome, is a cluster of risk factors that will increase a person's chances, in this case, of developing heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, and other things that can make your life, ruin the quality of your life, and your health is not so good. Generally speaking, the risk factors, the constellation of risk factors includes obesity, imagine that, high triglycerides, elevated blood pressure, high fasting blood sugar, and reduced high-density lipoprotein, the HDL, the so-called good cholesterol. The JAMA article, they pointed out that nearly 35%, now keep in mind there are 310 million people in the U.S.? 35%, that's a lot, of all U.S. adults, and 50%, and this is a little concerning, of those 60 years of age or older were estimated to be suffering from the metabolic syndrome in the year 2011-2012. These data came from the NHANES, the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, and that's been around a long time, and they do a good job. And they looked at the years 1999 to 2006, and they reported in that time frame a metabolic syndrome prevalence of 34%, which is significant. From 2003 to 2004, then from 2011 to 2012, the overall prevalence of the syndrome increased from 32.9% to 34.7%. That was a statistically significant difference. From 2003 to 2012, the prevalence was higher among women compared with men. And when they stratified the sample with respect to race and ethnicity, when they used those two stratification factors, the highest prevalence was among Hispanics, followed by non-Hispanic whites and blacks. What's concerning, when you look at those data, what's concerning is the prevalence, the high prevalence among the older folks in the population, 60 and older. Baby boomers, people are moving into those baby boomers. That sector of the population is huge, and they're turning 65. A bunch of them every day, and over time, we're going to have and we already do, a large portion of the population is going to be 60 years of age and older. And if you got that segment of the population suffering from metabolic syndrome and its consequences, and never mind all the other things that can go wrong and are wrong, you got a big problem on your hands. What are you going to do to care for those people? And you have the obesity epidemic in an unrelenting linear fashion continuing, and it's not abating. And that's affecting not only the elderly, but young people and middle-aged people as well, and children. And then look at the statistics for people not moving, being sedentary lifestyle, which is a large number, two-thirds, somewhere in there, not moving enough. What do you think is going to happen as time goes on? It's not, I'm just reporting. I'm trying to paint the picture. And then the other study with metabolic syndrome, they just confirmed one of the consequences of metabolic syndrome. And in this study, which I told you was published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, they reported higher cardiovascular death risk when with people suffering from the metabolic syndrome compared to those who don't. They just focused on that. I won't get into the details and weeds on that study, but this syndrome is really a reflection of the unhealthy diet and lifestyle. This is not a genetically driven syndrome it's not. It's driven by unhealthy diet and an unhealthy lifestyle. Period. Much of your health destiny is in your own hands. Ask my guest. He'll tell you. Isn't that right, Dr. Murray?
Hey, I was deep in thought of answering some emails here. You're putting me on the spot. But I always agree with you.
No, you don't. I was talking about metabolic syndrome, and I was reporting on two studies, one in JAMA and another in the Endocrinology Society's journal. And the prevalence of metabolic syndrome, there's a high prevalence among the U.S. population, like nearly 35% of all U.S. adults. Yes. And 50% of people 60 years of age or older were estimated to have metabolic syndrome in the year 2011-2012, the year of the analysis. But it was a longitudinal analysis. They looked from, I think it was 96 to 2003 or whatever that spread was. But that syndrome is now pretty much entrenched in the culture. And as I said, it's a reflection. It's not a genetically driven syndrome. It's a unhealthy diet and lifestyle driven syndrome, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think most of us, virtually all of us, are potentially wired to develop obesity and the metabolic syndrome, but just because you may have a tendency towards that doesn't mean it's going to manifest. And the reason I say we have a tendency towards that is that nature is built in within us a mechanism to kind of fatten us up when food is plentiful. And we now live in a world where obesity has now become much more prevalent than starvation and malnutrition. So our food supply is really good, and when we are over-consuming calories, it kind of sets in motion this mechanism within us that creates a snowball effect. And
sure enough.
Can we arrest that? Absolutely. But we have to be conscious of it, and we have to work hard and take steps to arrest it. And
we'll be right back.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production, from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a busy mom, always on the go. Whether it's for business, pleasure, errands, or carpools, I don't have much downtime, so I really appreciate the convenience of Ultimate Flora RTS probiotics from Renew Life. RTS stands for room temperature strains, which means they're probiotics that don't require refrigeration. They're packaged in handy on-the-go blister packs, so they can travel with me anywhere. I take an Ultimate Flora RTS Women's Probiotic every day to support my feminine health. And my husband enjoys the convenience of Ultimate Flora RTS Daily Probiotic to support immune health and promote digestive balance. Both have 15 billion live probiotics in each capsule. And all Ultimate Flora RTS probiotics have once-a-day delayed release capsules and guaranteed potency until the expiration date. Experience the convenience of Ultimate Flora RTS probiotics today. Available at health food stores everywhere. From Renew Life, the digestive care experts.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll-free at 1-844-871-0069.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just tuned in, Dr. Michael Murray is my guest. Dr. Murray has been a regular guest on Let's Talk Nutrition for years, and he's one of the leading authorities in the world of natural medicine and how it's thought about theoretically and how it's actually practiced. And he's written and co-authored numerous books and articles, and I recommend that you visit his website. It's Dr. spelled out, D-O-C-T-O-R, Murray, M-U-R-R-A-Y.com. Great website, a lot of information there, user-friendly, dials you into what's happening in that world of natural health and medicine. And you heard Dr. Murray mention that we are, from an evolutionary standpoint, wired to gain weight. When we evolved mostly in a period of time when there was stress and scarcity. Okay? Now we live in a time, the stress hasn't gone away, but for the most part, the scarcity has for most people, and there's abundance. Bad combination. Scarcity and stress together with a group of people evolving, right, over time that are moving and no processed foods, things work out okay. They figure it out and they survive and whatever. Now we have scarcity and abundance. The food chain is now filled with processed foods, and we're sedentary. You got a train wreck on your hands. Welcome back, Dr. Murray.
Thank you.
The stress part, you've written a lot about stress, and in fact, the listener and the viewer of the show can probably get access to your book, Stress, Anxiety, and Insomnia, what the drug companies won't tell you and your doctor doesn't know. Isn't that right?
Correct. If they just go to my website, drmurray.com, and that's DOCTORMURRAY, drmurray.com, they can download a PDF version of my book. And the reason I offer that book for free is I want people to realize there are natural and safe ways to deal with stress, anxiety, depression, insomnia. And I really believe that many of the drugs that are used in dealing with these issues are causing more harm than good, particularly sleeping pills. Sleeping pills are killers. They actually shorten people's lives. This has been shown in 19 very well-done population-based studies. When they looked at the data, it was quite clear when people start utilizing sleeping pills, it increases their risk for a number of health conditions, and it also shortens their life. One of the health conditions that sleeping pills are linked to is dementia. There was a study that was done in the UK. It was a 22-year study, and they found that when people started utilizing sleeping pills, both over-the-counter as well as prescription, it dramatically increased their risk of developing dementia, and the increase was significant, over 360% increased risk of losing your mind by taking these drugs. So you'd have to be crazy to take these drugs on an ongoing basis. And
what is it, Dr. Murray, what is it, pharmaceutically speaking, the pharmacology of it? What is it about sleeping pills? What are they doing? What that mechanism of action? Why is it doing that to the brain? Why is it posing such a risk factor for dementia?
Well, there are a few things that are theorized. One is that these drugs, they don't promote natural sleep, and people don't achieve the same degree of rejuvenation, repair, and regeneration that they do when they're able to achieve deep levels of sleep naturally. So one is that they disrupt the normal processes of sleep. Number two, the drugs really slow down brain cell metabolism, and when you slow down the metabolism the way in which they do, the brain cells are more likely to suffer from damage because they're not being able to produce enough energy in that brain cell to make necessary compounds that are critical for antioxidant protection as well as repair for damage that occurs in brain cells. So you have a combination of excessive damage and poor repair. So you basically accelerate the aging process. So those are the two main mechanisms. One, not achieving the true benefits of sleep, and two, interfering with metabolism in a way that makes the cells more susceptible to aging.
It's interesting. So the sleep architecture, the different stages of sleep gets turned upside down, and then during this period when people are supposed to be quote unquote sleeping, the brain isn't being nourished sufficiently. And I guess if that's done chronically, meaning over a long period of time, you damage the neurons, and then you have these kinds of consequences. It's just remarkable that in the testing of those drugs, I mean, for them to become FDA approved, somewhere along the line, somebody had to figure that out, right?
Well, sometimes we don't really see the effects of drugs until they're out there in the marketplace. Now, sometimes maybe the drug companies aren't forthcoming in giving all the information. For example, with Celebrex, Vioxx, and Bextra, the drugs that were developed as replacements for aspirin and ibuprofen, there was some suspicion of a red flag of the drugs causing potential problems in the heart, but it wasn't until these drugs got on the market and people started dying that they really started to see that hey, there's a problem here. In fact, more people died from taking this class of drugs, and Celebrex is the only one that's still on the market, than died during the Vietnam War.
We'll be right back.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement, or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Your range of
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And we're back. Welcome to the show if you just tuned in. And Dr. Michael Murray is my guest. Please don't hesitate to call the show if you'd like to speak with Dr. Murray. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. That's a toll-free number. Dr. Murray was talking about sleep and how taking certain sleeping pills, drugs, prescription drugs for sleep can have such deleterious effects. He was explaining how that happens. And of course, when you're under a lot of stress, that will cause people to suffer from insomnia, anxiety, depression, and so on. And you also heard Dr. Murray allude to the notion of malnutrition. Now, most people, please understand, malnutrition means both overnutrition and undernutrition, right? You can be overnourished or undernourished, both of which are bad nutrition. And they're both forms of malnutrition. So, Dr. Murray, it is possible to suffer from overnutrition, getting excess nutrient and energy intake over time, but not getting the essential nutrients that you need, and your nutritional status can be very compromised, even though you're overnourished. Right?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And so you and I have talked a lot about the connection between stress and its effect on sleep and its ability to cause weight gain. There's a common factor between both of those consequences, right? And what I'm getting at is blood glucose and insulin levels. Does that sort of connect those two? Is that something they share in common?
They share a lot of things in common, but yes, absolutely. In fact, when people have faulty blood sugar control, they can have a physiological response, which means their body can respond just as if they were under an extreme stress or stressful situation. When we're on what we refer to as the blood sugar roller coaster, anytime there's a rapid drop in blood sugar, it happens all the time in people that are overweight, they get a surge of adrenaline and cortisol, and that can make them feel nervous, make them a bit emotional. It can make them hungry and crave sweets. These are all related to the effects of these control hormones. So it's very important that people eat in a way that stabilizes their blood sugar and then utilize safe and effective natural products. And we've talked about PGX many, many times on the show. PGX is a revolutionary dietary fiber matrix that can really help stabilize blood sugar levels, reduce an overactive appetite, reduce calorie intake, and help people achieve and maintain their ideal body weight. It's a great strategy to help stabilize blood sugar levels, and as a result, it can help reduce cortisol and reduce feelings of stress, as well as some of those underlying triggers of stress.
Sure, and when the blood glucose and insulin levels are upside down, so to speak, it can disrupt sleep. Isn't that true? Because at the end of you want less cortisol at the end of the day than you have at the beginning of the day. But if you're under stress all day, cortisol levels keep building. So by the end of the day, you have a pretty big inventory of cortisol, which can disrupt your sleep then, right?
That's right.
And so if you can managing the blood glucose levels during the course of the day and managing the stress would lead to better sleep. Easier said than done, though, I know.
Well, one of the things that we found in our clinical evaluation of PGX, and this has been going on primarily in Canada, but also around the world, is that people experience improved sleep quality. One of the biggest causes of poor sleep is blood sugar volatility, and this occurs not just during the day but also during the night when people are sleeping. If your blood sugar levels are going up and down during the day, they're going up and down during the night, and typically this manifests itself by someone waking up 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 hours after going to sleep and then having a tough time getting back to sleep. What's happened is there's been a drop of blood sugar, and the body and brain sense that there's not there's a danger situation. Your brain needs that blood sugar, so if there's a quick drop, it's gonna go into panic mode, and it's gonna wake people up, and it's gonna result in the loss of good sleep quality, and it's gonna cause the release of cortisol and adrenaline, and then people are gonna have a hard time getting back to sleep. So the cure to this is not to take a sleeping pill. The cure is to treat the cause, which is faulty blood sugar control. So get on that good health-promoting diet that avoids foods that are going to quickly raise your blood sugar. Stay away from sweets and overconsumption of carbohydrates. Use PGX before meals. Make sure your body has all the critical nutrients to respond to insulin properly, and you'll sleep good. That's a big factor for many people, and if you are suffering from sleep maintenance insomnia, poor blood sugar control can be the big factor. And again, this is all detailed in my book that's available free on my website, drmurray.com. And when you sign up for when you click on that to download now, you'll sign up for my free email newsletter. This week's article, I think, is really interesting. it's a study that was just completed by the Harvard School of Public Health, and they looked at how varied a person's diet was. If they were eating a lot of different foods, and these were healthy foods, they found that people that ate a varied diet of healthy foods had a lower rate of developing obesity or being overweight. So dietary variety is very important in helping us feel satisfied. My theory, and this kind of proves the theory that I've been spouting for decades, and that I think that we have these sensors in our brain that are sensing low levels of nutrients, low levels of phytochemicals, and the brain is sending a message to eat, but what people are interpreting that message to be is to just eat more food and not necessarily healthy food. I mean, thousands and thousands of years ago, if there was a message to eat more food, it meant to increase foraging and go out and hunt more and, get good food. Nowadays, people get that message and they pull over and go in and get a Big Mac and a large Coke or whatever. They're choosing unhealthy foods, and their brain still is not being satisfied. So there's this message over and over again. So I think we can counteract that message by really giving the brain what it wants, and it's a rich intake of these plant-based chemicals that help improve brain function, and I think also help satisfy our overactive appetite.
We'll be right back.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Do you know what's in your multivitamin? Is your multivitamin just synthetic, chemically processed vitamins and minerals that lack the whole food benefits found in nature? Or does it deliver much more? New Chapter takes vitamins and minerals another step, delivering whole food cultured multivitamins. Why cultured? There's a long tradition of fermenting foods with good bacteria to create gentle, cultured products. Yogurt and miso are great examples of healthy, cultured foods. New Chapter brings culturing to multivitamins using special recipes of live probiotics and organic fruits and vegetables to transform each individual nutrient. The results? New Chapter whole food cultured multivitamins, gentle enough to take anytime, even on an empty stomach. Discover the New Chapter difference. Nutrition cultured for your benefit. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Hi, I'm Jordan Rubin, founder and CEO of Garden of Life. Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind. Develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. NZ Medica, the enzyme experts. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. You heard Dr. Murray mention PGX. There's a website I recommend you visit. It's pgx.com. And there you can learn all about PGX. You can learn the program, the PGX program that they have in place to help people lose and manage weight and keep it off. And they have the PGX comes in different delivery systems. There's like in granules, and those granules, they come in what they call a daily singles, like it's a little packet. It has like 2.5 grams in the packet. They also have daily ultra matrix soft gels. It comes in a soft gel form. And then they have a product called Satisfast, which is it's an organic vegan protein bar, which is very good, tastes great. And then they have a Satisfast vegan protein shake mix, if you want to call it that. And they have a Satisfast whey protein energy drink mix. So you can get it in the vegan protein, the dark chocolate, for example, is yum. So it has all these different delivery systems. So if you're trying to lose weight and you want to control your appetite, this is the way to do it. And it'll also help bring your blood glucose levels in line. Welcome back, Dr. Murray.
Thank you.
So the stress business, we're all, that's something we all share for sure. We live in a society, a modern society that is stress-ridden. It turns out that Natural Factors, of course, makes PGX. They also have a line that, what is it, the Stress Relax, or it should otherwise be said, take it easy. Take it easy line.
Yeah.
That's a great line. You have some interesting supplements in that line that can help people in managing stress, right?
Absolutely. We have Tranquil Sleep, which is a mixture of 3 natural sleep aids, melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine. All of these compounds individually have been shown to improve sleep quality. This combination has been shown to produce even better results. So we have Tranquil Sleep to help people get a good night's sleep. We have products that help relieve feelings of stress and nervousness. We have Pharma-GABA, which is an immediate stress buster. Studies have shown that within 5 minutes, Pharma-GABA will change the brainwave patterns, reflecting a more relaxed but greater mental focused state. So unlike the drugs which make people dumb, the Pharma-GABA actually helps people feel smarter. And one of the studies was a study done in fifth graders. They took kids and they gave them either Pharma-GABA or a placebo, and then they had them take a math test. And the kids that took the Pharma-GABA answered more questions, and they had a higher percentage of correct answers. And so it helped these kids work faster with a greater degree of accuracy. And that's what we want in our lives. So we get greater mental focus and clarity with Pharma-GABA. It's a great immediate stress buster for people that have been dealing with long-term stress or maybe something really stressful in their life. I like to recommend a formula called Serenity Formula. This formula helps rebuild the adrenal glands and helps boost the mood, and really is a good answer to anyone who is really going through a tough time in their life. It's called Serenity Formula. It's from Natural Factors.
Yeah, and go to naturalfactors.com. If you don't know, Natural Factors is a Canadian-based company, but it's throughout North America, Canada, and the United States. And I've mentioned this several times over the years. I've been to their facility up in Canada more than on one occasion. I've even been to their farm more recently. It's really a remarkable company, one of the best supplement companies on the planet, that bar none. And I should tell you, in the spirit of transparency, they are a sponsor of Let's Talk Nutrition, and doesn't influence my view one way or another. They're a great company. It just makes my job easier to talk about what they can offer you. And Dr. Murray, you're the first one to say supplements are exactly that. They're supplemental. It all begins with diet and lifestyle, right?
That you're absolutely correct. There's no supplement that can compensate for an unhealthy diet, lifestyle, or even attitude. So we gotta start with the basics, and if we do the basics, then these supplements can be extremely effective in improving the situation even more. They're catalysts. Absolutely.
So I was impolite. I didn't even ask you how you're doing. How are you doing, Dr. Murray?
Well, today's a big day in our lives. I have 3 children. My oldest is 21. My son is soon to be 18, but today he's graduating from high school. So that's a milestone time in a dad's life, as well as obviously the kid's life. That my wife and I have been reminiscing quite a bit. And people always say, "Oh, it goes by so fast, the raising of kids," and you don't really appreciate that until you have your own child, and the next thing you know, they're graduating from high school. Fortunately, we still have one left at home, a 10-year-old, or my son's going to be going off to college, but my 10-year-old will be going into 5th grade next year, so we're excited about that.
Good. It's good. And I assume all is well, and I know that you always keep busy. You always got something going on. You're always writing. You're always involved, and you're out educating too. You've been to Tampa a number of times, and you travel around the country. In those travels, when people that are perfect strangers come up to you and they talk to you, generally speaking, what's one of the number one things that's on people's mind in terms of their health that they always ask you about?
Energy. Energy is probably the question I get asked most often on the airplane, and in a golf cart when I meet somebody new and they find out what I do. What do you got for energy? You know what I tell them? You got to deal with stress. You got to get a good night's sleep, and you got to feed yourself well. If you do those things, you should have an abundance of energy.
Visit Dr. Murray's website, Doctor, spelled out, D-O-C-T-O-R, Murray, M-U-R-R-A-Y.com. Get a free copy of his book, a PDF version of Stress, Anxiety, and Insomnia, What the Drug Companies Won't Tell You, and Your Mother Always Knew. No, that's not the title. What the doctor doesn't know is the other part of that title. And also sign up for his newsletter. He's very diligent about getting that out and always keeping you informed. It's always a pleasure, Dr. Murray, to have you on. Thank you for stopping by today. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
See ya. And we'll be back. And in the second hour, Bruce Topping will be along and going to talk about carbohydrates. The very often vilified carbohydrates, the poor carbohydrates. We're going to talk about carbohydrates and try to clear up some myths.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. And my guest will be Bruce Topping. Bruce hasn't been around for a while. Maybe he went on vacation, went on a cruise. I don't know. We'll find out where he's been. And he's been working. So we'll talk with him. We're going to talk with, he would be a good guest to do this with. Carbohydrates. The much maligned, poor carbohydrates. So much misunderstanding, misrepresentations, and myths surrounding carbohydrates. We're going to try to clean some of that up. Won't do it in one show. Probably take a week. But we're going to talk about carbohydrates a little bit. The do's and the don'ts, if you will. So stay tuned for that. It's an important topic. Because this gets people into a lot of trouble, nutritional and health trouble. They start fooling around. There's only 3 macronutrients: protein, carbohydrate, and fat. And when you start messing with the levels of those, you can really you can compromise your nutritional status and your health. So we'll get into that. Now, in Florida, this show originates out of Tampa, Florida. Now, around here, it's summer. I know it's not officially summer, but it's been summer. It's hot. Lots of sun. It's intense. So in the spirit of that, before we get to Bruce, I just want to remind and mention this business about sunscreens. I want to give her credit. Sandy Lamott, she's with CNN, wrote a nice little article about the best sunscreens of 2015, she said, that we are not using. It turns out that who's worst at protecting their skin from the sun and skin cancer? Who do you think? Men or women? Watch Stephen now. I'll pose the question to him. Let's see if he gets it right. Who do you think, Stephen? Men or women at the worst in protecting their skin from the sun and skin cancer?
Women.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you say that?
I would just go with the angle that women tend to like to sunbathe more. And just because you're sunbathing doesn't mean you're using sunscreen. A lot of times you're using sun enhancers, as well as tanning beds and things along those natures and whatnot.
Well, given the nature of men, and their inability or their lack of interest in doing, having somebody else take care of them, like their wife, their girlfriend, their mother, somebody. Yeah, the better answer would be men. They don't seem to want to put the sunscreen on. I think women are more dialed into protecting their skin, even though they like to sunbathe. But women didn't win any awards for their efforts either, however, Stephen. So you're not altogether wrong. Only 29.9% applied to their face and bodies on a regular basis. And you're partially right there. And more than a third of both sexes who do use sunscreen weren't sure what type they used. Sandra Lamott said in her article, provided the type they used that provided broad-based spectrum protection, and that they needed to protect both against UVA and UVB rays. She wrote a nice article. She did, Sandy Lamott. UVB rays are higher energy, and those are the rays that end up being most responsible for your sunburn. And UVA rays are a little lower energy, but are more constant year-round. Here, I guess in Florida, those are all the time, and they can pass through. Those rays can pass through glass, and they are related to skin aging. The UVA. Those rays are also able to depress your immune system. They're linked to melanoma, and which is the most deadly form of skin cancer. Many of you know that. So you got to wear your sunscreen. Summer will soon be here, and especially people in Florida, and especially men, but women too. I mean, they weren't in this study. They weren't showing a lot of caution either. Not all sunscreens I reported on this about a week or so ago. Consumer Reports they do these kinds of things all the time. They do a good job at that. They rated different sunscreens. They tested 34 of them. I reported on this recently. And 2015's best and worst picks. Visit their online magazine. They said that Consumer Reports piece said that almost a third of the sunscreens tested, this SFP, the sun protection factor, had tested below what was promised. In other words, what the product said it wasn't. But they found about 15 that they did recommend, and are named the following, and they named the following as best buys. Again, I'm giving attribution to Sandy Lamott from CNN. The one they mentioned, a very good buy, No Ad Sport SPF 50 lotion for $10. Then there's the Equate Sport Continuous Spray SPF 30 for $8. You can get that at Walmart. And then Equate Ultra Protection Lotion SPF 50 for $9 from Walmart. Okay, so those are some best buys for you. But check out that full Consumer Reports article. Believe you me, you don't want to end up with skin cancer, melanoma, from overexposure to the sun. You can do something about that. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. I had occasion to go to, over the years, taking my mom to the doctor or myself, a skin specialist, for one thing or another. You walk into the waiting room and you see some pretty, in some cases, it looks horrific. Melanoma. Oh, dreadful. Please wear your sunscreen. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Bruce Topping is an educator for Garden of Life, and Bruce is well-versed in the world of nutrition and natural health. And I wanted to talk with him about carbohydrate and carbohydrates. I think they're very misunderstood. I think they're misapplied. I think there are a lot of myths associated with them. I thought it would be a good topic, Bruce, to sort of try to clean up a little bit and help people understand them, help them make better food choices and supplement choices when it comes to carbohydrate. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing real well. Thanks for having me on your show.
Were you at the beach today?
I wish. I wish. No, I'm in Missouri. I'm heading to Virginia next week.
Ah, okay. So you're home for the week.
That's right. Catching up on, getting my suntan and
reintroducing yourself to your wife and your children.
That's right.
You remember me? I'm Dad. I'm back.
That's right. They still recognize me.
You leave pictures around the house when you leave.
Yeah, life on the road.
Life on the road, man.
It can be hard.
I know. So you good with this business of carbohydrate to try to clean this up a little bit?
Yeah, that sounds like a great topic, and I completely agree with you. There's a lot of kind of misinformation, a lot of mythology, a lot of people doing crazy carb regimens.
To say the least. Probably a few people listening have done that as well.
Well, I have to, I'll admit.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Carbohydrate, very important macronutrient here. So we'll get into some of the ins and outs of it, do's and don'ts, ups and downs, and how people get sideways with carbohydrate. 877-897-8255. Be right back.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Now, the nutrients that you find in food, and especially I'm referring now to the macronutrients. Of course, you have micronutrients as well. But the nutrients you find in food perform three basic functions. They provide energy, they build tissue, and they help regulate metabolic processes. In a nutshell, that's what nutrients do, macro and micro in nature. This business of energy, providing energy, becomes very important. Of the three macronutrients, carbohydrate, fat, and protein, it is carbohydrate that serves that purpose primarily. It is considered the best source of energy from food. And I find it remarkable that people then go about reducing the intake of carbohydrate, and they make a faulty assumption that all carbohydrate-based foods are the same. And then they wipe out the good carbohydrate foods, both simple and complex, along with all the refined processed carbohydrates that are out there. And it gets them into health trouble. Their nutritional status gets compromised. My guest is Bruce Topping, just sort of trying to he's educated for Garden of Life. I'm trying to set this up a little bit, Bruce. You have a number of products that are carbohydrate-based, yes?
That's right.
Yeah, so it would serve us well to make sure we get this cleaned up a little bit. Is there anything you'd like to share concerning carbohydrate that would...
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think what I would encourage people is to be sort of agnostic about carbs. It's not... I think a lot of people cut out carbs for a variety of reasons. There's a lot of, the old Atkins camp that is just about the insulin hypothesis and the idea that insulin is the end-all, be-all story of weight gain, and it's obesogenic and makes us fat. So people were in this whole theory that they wanted to avoid insulin. I personally think the insulin hypothesis is dead. I think it failed. And I think the reality is the end point was not about the low carb. It was eliminating these processed grains and refined sugars and just horrible foods. But, yeah, I advise people to become agnostic and eat the carbs from whole sources, rice, potatoes, beans. It's really, trying to get away from processed foods and, the salt, sugar, fat, and all the boxed, bagged, and canned stuff. Mm-hmm. That being said, I think there are a few people who do benefit from super low-carb diets, but that makes up a really small percentage of people. I don't think your average bear should try to go on a ketogenic diet ever unless they're in that, they have nerve damage or they have some specific scenario where they would want to be ketogenic and super low-carb.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll let Bruce. I'll toggle back and forth between myself and Bruce, and he'll make his points, and then I'll insert. He's making an argument, and then I want to insert some factual foundation for carbohydrate. You might be asking yourself, from whence do they come? Turns out it's the sun, right? The sun is the source for all energy. That's where energy comes from, and the sun enables plants. This is where the plants come into play now. Through photosynthesis. You remember that from your high school biology class or college biology. To transform that solar energy from the sun into carbohydrate in the plant. Carbohydrate is the stored fuel in the plants. And carbohydrate is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And those atoms are connected with bonds. The energy is contained in those bonds. So when you eat the plants, you're breaking those energy bonds. You're chewing, mechanical and chemical digestion, you break those bonds, and that's where the energy is. So that's where natural carbohydrates from plants comes from. It's amazing to me, Bruce. Oftentimes, you ask somebody, where do you think carbohydrate come from? And they'll say Cheerios.
Pixie stick.
And most people don't understand that carbohydrate comes from plants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's obvious to you. You're probably nonplussed by that, but I'm just saying that that's where they come from. Then we have two classes of carbohydrates: simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrates. The simple carbohydrates, and I'll get off of this in a second, then I'll let Bruce continue. The simple carbohydrates are the simple sugars: glucose, fructose, and galactose. Those are monosaccharides. There's one sugar molecule contained in these forms of sugar: glucose, fructose, and galactose. Then there are disaccharides, which are also simple carbohydrates. They have two sugar units, or two saccharide units. That's sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Now, you find those different forms of sugar in different foods. And then you have polysaccharides, which are complex carbs that include starch, fiber, and glycogen. All right. Now, that's a little nutrition primer just to sort of set things up, because this is going to come up in terms of which foods should you eat to get that energy, and how are these natural carbohydrates that I outlined different from the refined processed carbohydrates that most people are consuming now, and what does Garden of Life have in the form of carbohydrate that serves as a wonderful way, or as maybe an alternative, to supplement your diet if you're not getting the good, simple as well as complex carbs. And Bruce will lay that all out when we come back. Did I confuse you, Bruce?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Love it.
I'm confused, though. No. 877-897-8255. This show is called Let's Talk Nutrition. Hence, that's why I'm doing what we're doing here.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medici Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine, for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medici Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medici Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Easy to find.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the digestive care company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, what is the body's major source of energy? Protein, carbohydrate, or fat? Got your answer? Okay. The correct answer is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate provides the body's main source of energy. So think about this. If you start to fuss with it and reduce it almost to not consuming any at all, and some people try to do that. I mean, you have to be off the reservation to do that a bit. What do you think is going to happen? It can't be anything good. Isn't that right, Bruce?
Well, yeah, I would say what the hidden little secret that doesn't get talked about enough on these super low-carb diets is that it wrecks your gut flora. I think what people don't talk about enough is that
right.
We have this giant microbiome in our intestines. You know, that's a fancy word for the huge teeming mass of bacteria that really we're turning out to learn they do a lot for us. You know, those bacteria make hormones, they make vitamins, they regulate our immune system. They're really a powerful lever on human health. And it turns out that they eat when we eat, and they eat carbohydrates, particularly fibers. And I've always had this really mixed view of fiber because, you know, honestly, I think a lot of people are using fibers that dry out the bowel and don't feed the microbiome. So this issue of low-carb diets, I think one of the things they do to people over time, especially if you're staying on them, is that it really lowers the cell count. It really beats up the microbiome and hurts the intestinal bacteria. And I think that's a big issue.
Okay. Good point, well made and well taken. Check this out. This is according to the United. This gets sort of to the issue of consuming carbs, not consuming them, right ones, wrong ones. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, approximately 50%, 49.3% of the total kilocalories or calories in the typical American diet is derived from carbohydrates. Okay? Almost 50% of the calories or kilocalories people are consuming come from carbohydrates. Of that 50%, almost 40% come from grain products. Approximately 37% come from added sugars, sweeteners. And then the remainder is from dairy, fruit, vegetable products. Notice that I said 37% of the calories that come from carbohydrates are from added sugars. This is where we get into trouble. That's where those added sugars are added to typically refined processed foods. Am I wrong about that, Bruce?
No, you're hitting it right on the head.
That's where we get in. That's where we get into trouble. Those are the carbs that you should be focused on. You don't eliminate the fruits, the vegetables, the seeds, the nuts, and the grains. The other day I did a show in defense of sugar. And I guess people must have thought, what's that talk show host, health talk show host, what's he talking about defending sugar? Well, I was trying to make the distinction here like we're doing today. So you have some products that are carbohydrate based. Share that with the listener and tell them what those products are designed to do.
Well, first off, the obvious one's the fiber products. Like we make some fibers. One of them is called raw fiber, and it's a blend of plant fibers. We're talking made out of sprouts and cereal grasses. And, of course, you know, it's pure fiber. It's pure carbohydrate. Now, moving on from our fiber products, we also have meal replacers. You know, we actually sell the best-selling meal replacers in the market. They are specifically called Raw Meal and Raw Fit, and they both have carbohydrates. So, yeah, neither of these are super ketogenic, super low-carb. But the carbs that are in there are really carefully added. We're not just adding any added sugars. You're not going to find high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. We get our carbs from sprouts. And so if you look on the label, it's going to say organic sprouted blend, and it's going to have amaranth and quinoa and buckwheat and millet. And then, of course, fruits and veggies are added in there. So in terms of carb count, we're talking, 15 grams of carbs per serving. Or if you do the double dose, it's 30 grams. And then, of that total amount of carbohydrates, a bunch of it's fiber, about a third of it. So if you're getting 30 grams of carbohydrates, about 10 of that will be fiber. And then the remaining 20 grams that are non-fiber carbs, well, those are very complex. These are polysaccharides. These are not going to be your super refined, rush into your bloodstream and jack your blood sugar way up. We don't want to do that.
Right.
And so, yeah, we do make carb products, but it's all about the right carbs. And that's really the theme of your show. I really enjoy the message you're laying out today, Dr. Garko. It's
Thanks.
an important one.
It is. I think so. And something curious about fiber. Fiber is a polysaccharide. It's a complex carb. In other words, it has many of those sugar. Saccharide is a sugar unit. It has many of them linked together, and it's made. And these are glucose units. Saccharide. These are glucose units, just like starch. So you have starch, fiber, and glycogen. Those are complex carbs. Now, something interesting about fiber. Fiber, when you consume it, doesn't get absorbed. It doesn't. It passes through the GI tract, but it doesn't. It's not absorbed. So we end up saying that fiber is kilocalorie free or calorie free because we don't absorb it. Not because there's no energy in those molecules, because there is. It's because we don't absorb it. It's the cellulose. We just can't digest it. That's why we don't get any calories. So you can eat the fiber till it's coming out of your ears, and you're not going to gain weight. It will quell your appetite, which will help you to lose weight. That's why you need to eat a high fiber diet. That's sensible, and that's one way to lose weight. So that product that you have could help people that are trying to lose weight because it does have fiber in it. Do you have any straight up, just standalone fiber products?
Yeah, we make two of them. We make one called raw fiber, and we have one called super seed. And I'll say, Dr. Garko, one of my big issues with the fiber market is that people use them for constipation. And I think that's kind of a myth, that we look at all the studies on fiber, and even where they do fiber, water, and exercise. And I think what we've learned about chronic constipation, when they used to walk into my store and tell me, well, Bruce, I'm pretty regular. I go every week. And they would say that's, average and totally normal for them. And then they would be wanting to buy fiber. And I would always say to them, it's like, our bodies can't break down fiber. Our pancreas doesn't make those enzymes. It turns out it's the bacteria that ultimately break down the fiber. And can you really make up for a lack of good bacteria by simply cramming more fiber into the intestine? And the answer is no.
No.
And fibers only work initially. They work for a few weeks to expand the size of the stool. And then, people become dependent on fiber and they can't poop unless they eat the big bolus of psyllium or bran.
There you go. We'll be right back.
We live in an age of fast information, high-speed communication, instant gratification, rapid transit, ready-mixed, pre-cooked, heat and serve, and living life on a moment's notice. But when it comes to staying healthy, you pause for a moment. Jarrow Formulas has been formulating high-quality nutritional products for over 30 years and has been a leader in the research and development of some of the most effective, affordable, and cutting-edge natural health solutions in the world. At Jarrow Formulas, they understand that distinction does not happen overnight and that a reputation for excellence is only earned through many years of persistence. Their staff of scientists and health professionals insist on doing things the old-fashioned way, with clinical studies and scientific research. They believe that the true test of a quality company is the purity, potency, and good value of its products and meeting the highest expectation of those who matter most, their customers. For more information about their superior formulas and to request free samples of their leading brands, please go to www.jarrow.com.
Hi, Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential fatty acids for kids and grown-ups alike? Nordic Naturals, the #1 fish oil in the U.S., offers omega-3s for everyone. In fact, Nordic Naturals has one of the largest product portfolios in the world. Our best-selling Ultimate Omega is available in soft gels or liquid, both with a light, clean lemon flavor and no fishy aftertaste. This concentrated formula has been clinically shown to support heart health. For children, kids everywhere love Nordic Naturals Children's DHA, offered in great-tasting strawberry liquid or chewable soft gels. New Omega Boost is a creamy, delicious formulation of omega-3s. With its great mango taste and velvety smooth texture, Nordic Naturals Omega Boost is a great choice for the whole family. Nordic Naturals carefully manages every step of production of our omega-3 fish oils from boat to bottle, so you can count on Nordic Naturals to be exceptionally pure, fresh, and effective. Nordic Naturals for kids and grown-ups alike. Available at natural products retailers or online at NordicNaturals.com.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract. Available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Every day around this time, I have the LTN health question, and today's no exception. What is the body's major source of energy? Protein, carbohydrate, or fat? What is the body's major source of energy? Protein, carbohydrate, or fat? 877 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. Bruce Topping is my guest. As a matter of fact, Bruce, I would say to people that are on a diet, you need to increase your carbohydrate intake, primarily the complex carbs, in the form of fiber if you want to lose weight. That's a terribly kept secret. People, I mean, it's unfortunate that people don't understand that, and here they run away from the carbohydrate-based foods. It's the foods that have the added sugars, those refined process-based foods that have the added sugars that are carbohydrate loaded, but have, you're like shooting blanks, make a loud noise, but it's really not a real bullet. There's no nutritional value in those foods. And all you do is they're loaded with calories, and you gain a ton of weight, and your nutritional status goes south, so to speak. So I'm just saying. LTN health question: which of the following provides the body's main source of energy? Protein, carbohydrate, or fat? 877-897-8255. So, pick up where your thought was, where we left off, and you're mentioning some of the carbohydrate-based foods that are basically what? Fruits, vegetables. What are the ingredients in these foods?
Yeah, I mean, it's just about trying to eat real food. I think you put it really well. It's the added sugars, it's the corn syrup, it's the, all these different sweeteners that so many people are now getting a lot of. I mean, we're seeing reports that children are getting 15% of their calories from high fructose corn syrup nowadays, and that's the disaster. So I don't think cutting out beans and rice is necessarily the best, weight loss advice. I think that cutting out sugars, as everybody knows, is the real deal. And I think, we don't need to be phobic or scared of fat, but I think that we need to be careful about added fats, just like added sugars. And
Absolutely.
Coming from a guy who's pro-fat, I mean, I think
that's a good point,
eating
Bruce.
butter and things like that is great, but if you're, it's even better to just eat whole milk, and rather than, taking the fat from other things and adding it into other places, just eat whole foods in their unadulterated, unfractionated way. And I think that is the best sound advice for most humans most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you take salt, sugar, and fat as they are added and loaded into refined processed foods, that's what gets people into trouble. So Dr. Atkins, Dr. Atkins was a smart guy and did a lot of good. But in that Atkins approach, it's a high-protein diet, and then you become ketotic. Then you get ketosis because the body's burning fat. The diet the carbs are wiped out, and it's basically a high protein diet. I guess he was trying to make it easy Bruce, for the people. Instead of saying just eliminate these carbs, he said eliminate all carbs.
And it made people eat pork rinds and whipping cream, and they weren't actually eating really healthy foods in all cases. So I think it was the interpretation of Atkins that went awry.
I mean, God, I wish he were still alive. He slipped and fell and hit his head, didn't he, on ice?
That's right.
I wish he were still alive. I'd love to get. I would have gotten him on this show. I know I would have.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he really did a lot of good. Believe me, when I tell you Atkins was smart, he was smart, and very persuasive guy. When you used to see him on TV, very persuasive. Let's go to Oldsmar, Lila, I believe. Lila, how are you today?
I'm just fine, thank you.
So, the body, where do we get most of our energy from? Do we get it from protein? Do we get it from carbohydrate? Or do we get it from fat?
Carbohydrate.
Absolutely. So, there you go.
But
you won 25.
I find that
Go ahead.
I'm in my late 80s.
Yes.
I have to have protein right away in the morning, so I just
Good
eat
idea.
cottage cheese.
Okay. I would recommend that has some protein in it. I don't know what the protein content of cottage cheese is, but I don't know if you'd be inclined to make a protein shake or eat an egg or two.
Yes, the eggs, I'm not much of a shake person.
No, you're
unless
not.
later in the day.
Uh-huh.
But I find I have to have that protein by 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get enough protein from one serving of cottage cheese. I just don't think that's going to happen. Would you have a diet recommendation there, Bruce?
Yeah, I mean, the cottage cheese is fairly high. I think it depends on, many factors.
I take a half a cup,
that
and I
like
think
a
that's
decent-
25 or 30.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hit of protein in the morning. I'm with you. I think starting your day with protein is key. I actually had our raw meal this morning. That was my breakfast drink, and it's loaded with 30 grams of protein.
It's only been since I've been in my 80s that I have that craving in the morning.
For protein?
For the protein, uh-huh.
And you have a hard time doing like a protein shake or something like that?
No, I don't know. The rest of my family are into shakes, but I guess, I don't know, I'm not.
It's okay.
I like my egg. I like that nice and I like it soft boiled or hard boiled.
Ah, good. No, you're on the right track. In fact, you should have protein with every meal.
Yes.
1 cup.
I see to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Well, you're on the right track. You want a $25 supplement gift card, Lila.
Oh, that's lovely because I know what I want to get.
Good for you. Good. Excellent. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating in the LTN Health Question, and congratulations. And Bruce, thank you for listening and participating as well. Bruce.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be here, Dr. Garko.
All right. You be safe on the road. Why don't you mention some of the Garden of Life products that you talked about in the show today?
Yeah, the Raw Fit is our weight loss tool. It's one of our best sellers, and the Raw Meals are all-out, just over-the-moon meal replacer for all-out nutrient density.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to Virginia next week, right?
That's right. I'll be in Roanoke. I'll be doing some lectures on digestive health and looking to rebuild people's health.
Good for you. Garden of Life, visit their website, gardenoflife.com. Bruce, thank you so much. Remember, it's our pleasure. Eat your carbohydrate. Eat the right carbohydrates, the good ones, from nature. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
At Country Life